In this notebook, I have outlined all the steps I have to take for my business to launch in the next 60 days, to actually make it happen. And today I want to run you through my next steps, what I have to do, and just to keep track of my journey, just have a list of the current state of what still needs to get done and what's already done and why 60 days. So to answer the last question first, why 60 days? Because for my short form content, I have set myself the challenge to launch my pre-sale in the next 60 days. So by end of May, I want to have launched my brand VT at maisonvt.com with a full waitlist, with everything ready, just the pre-sale, and I want to have that done at the end of May, as I said. And for that to be possible, I need to have a lot of stuff done, which isn't nearly done yet, and so I have a lot of work in front of me. A lot of tasks, a lot of hours, but I'm willing to do them because I really want to make this work, because I've really fallen in love with the idea and the potential of the idea, and I want to make this work. And another note on the short form side of things, I have started this challenge because I want to force myself to make improvements every single day. To make one piece of short form content every single day, to show the progress, I have to actually do stuff. I can't just talk about the inspiration behind it for 60 days. That won't get anything done. I actually need to do the progress, and it keeps me accountable. And a side benefit of it, and the main goal of it, is to reach a huge audience over time, and hopefully one of those videos reaches millions of people or multiple of those, but I don't know nothing like that yet, so I'm just putting it out there for accountability. But as a side effect, it would be really nice to have my waitlist filled up. My goal is to have 2,500 people on the waitlist and then sell to 10% of the waitlist. So 250 people for the first launch would be the goal. But if there are more people, I might consider doing more on the first launch already, but I will see then. That's on the 60 days short form side. Now let's actually get into what's in this booklet, in this notebook, what I've written down, what I actually have to get done. So the first point is that I have to find manufacturers. I've talked to a couple of manufacturers and already requested some quotes and some MOQ numbers, so minimum order quantities, and sample prices, but I need to talk to more, and I'm not sure where I want to produce it. In the future, down the line, for VT, I want to produce in Switzerland, where I'm currently a resident of, and I'm proud to be, but that's a topic for another time. Because Switzerland has this premium name and this detailed refinedness that I want to have for my brand as well. And I think branding my brand with the name of Switzerland and the production in Switzerland would be really nice for the future, but we'll have to see if that's even possible. And the prices are really high, so for a first launch, when there isn't any capital around for launching, which I tried to finance my launch with the pre-sale to actually then start production, yeah, that's really hard. So the first couple of batches will be outsourced to another country, um, preferably in Europe, but I have to see. Maybe I also want to go to the US or Asia, but I'll have to see. And yeah, finding manufacturers is the first point that I still have to get done. The second point I have already touched on a bit, but samples. Samples for the formulation, for the sachets, for the boxes, for every extra in the box, for all of it. I need to get samples to actually see if my idea is actually good and how it feels and how it looks and all of this. I need to get that done. I need to have a couple of samples, show it to other people, get some feedback from it, and get all of that. Then the next thing to that is, as I said, fill up the waitlist as much as possible, as soon as possible. Get as many people as possible on the waitlist. If we hit 10,000 people on the waitlist, I would be stoked, because it means that this product is actually wanted and needed. And a product needs to be wanted or needed to actually have a place in the market, which is important for a product market fit to actually go out there and become something. But I have high conviction that my product is something that the market actually wants, and nobody has thought of it, maybe because people want to follow the hype and not go back to the fundamentals and think outside of the box. The next thing I have to do is produce new mock-ups with the help of AI and some design skills I don't have really. Try to make some new mock-ups to actually show the product on the sign-up page, on the website afterwards, and yeah, get it out there. Correlating to that, after I get the samples, I need to do photo shoots and actually get real video footage and photos to put out there on the website, on social media, and get more traction with it as soon as I have the samples. Then I need to work out a marketing campaign idea and actually execute it before the end of the 60 days. So I want to do a brand intern kind of marketing stunt, possibly. And yeah, this could be hard because of the capital constraint I'm facing, because I'm just 20 years old, don't have a real job. I'm studying at the university on the side, so a lot of it is constrained. But I hope to find a way to make a capital effective marketing campaign IRL that has high virality potential, in Zurich maybe. Yeah, let's see. Then I actually have to get the website done. Like right now I have the sign up page for the waitlist sign up done, but not the website behind it where the actual sales will be. And attached to that, I also have to get the payment infrastructure set up. Then I have to work out the exact unit economics after talking to manufacturers and getting samples. And maybe also another point is logistics. When I figure all of that out, and packaging and all of that, I need to figure out exact unit economics to know how much I can spend to acquire a customer. But I want to acquire as many customers, and potentially 100% of customers, just via organic content for the first launch, which would be awesome. I would be stoked, but we'll have to see. But unit economics are really important to have a solid foundation for the business, to afterwards have the ability to scale with good unit economics and then go from there. Then I need to work on some extras that I want to maybe give to people as gifts, maybe also for the marketing campaign, like some sachet holders or trays or cards that I want to put in the boxes, and maybe a newsletter style, newspaper style that I want to give to people, like cups or glasses, pair of glasses, or a bottle or something like that, designed to actually elevate the standard. But I really want to focus on the main product first, and then the extras are only if I have spare time to put in the extra effort. Then a really important step is to have exact design files for the manufacturers, for the sachets or stick packs, however you want to call it, and the boxes where they go into, and the trays inside the boxes, and the cards that will come along with it, and the packaging around it. All of it needs to be exact in a design file that the manufacturers can actually process and go along with. And I might need to hire a freelancer for me to do that because I can't do it, or I have to spend some hours acquiring that skill and do a basic version of it, and then pay someone $50 to actually perfect it and then be able to send it to manufacturers. Then I need to get the formulation down for the actual powder for the electrolytes in the sachet, and this will take some time and multiple sampling rounds. So let's see if it's even possible to get it done over the next 8 weeks, because I would have to. Yeah, it takes a lot of time mostly to do sample rounds for the most of the producers or the manufacturers. So I'd have to send out a first sample round in the next couple of days to get one back, and then get a tuned version of it, or I would have to go there and then try it there. I don't know what I have to do. I hope I get it one shot done, perfect, which would be awesome, and I would have so much luck if I can actually do it. The chance of that really small, but it's only a first batch, and I want to get it out there as fast as possible and get customer feedback as fast as possible to actually tune it to be more perfect, and then integrate the community into making it a better product for them and a more enjoyable experience behind it. As I said, also the logistics, I need to figure those out. First, I will do it by myself, probably. Ship everything here to my home, and then ship it from here to all the customers. But if I get too many people on the wait list, which I'm confident in, because confidence and this helps to actually make it true, because you act like it's already becoming true. So if too many people are getting sold for the pre-sale, which I will limit, but let's say it's 1,000, I don't know if I can get 1,000 pieces here, because this would mean 30,000 sachets will get shipped here. I don't know if I have the space here, or anywhere, but I will figure it out, and otherwise I would have to do third-party logistics from the get-go, which will be the goal afterwards anyways, but I'll have to figure it out. Then another part is possibility of funding. I'm playing with the idea in my mind of getting some funding, maybe family and friends, but I don't think so, because they don't know anything about it. But on the other hand, maybe actual business partners that have some connections and get this off the ground would help. But I don't like the idea of giving up equity, so I would have to structure a nice deal with someone I can trust and get a loan from them with 0% interest, or small interest that gets paid back over time with the profit of the company or the revenue of the company. And yeah, then I want to figure out possible collabs. You can also give me suggestions for collabs I can do or you want me to do. They should be in maybe high fashion, jewelry, luxury, in the luxury space, and speak to the same kind of founder, entrepreneur, CEOs, high level people, aesthetic people, all of this realm. It should be around there, but the collab should also be actually possible, because yeah, I would like to, of course, collab with Ritz-Carlton in the future, but it doesn't mean that I can do it if I don't even have a product yet. So it needs to be realistic for the first, and it's just a maybe, but it would be nice to get a collab out there to gain some trust and authority in the space. Then I also need to do a crucial step, which is the legal setup. Legal is really important, trademarking is really important, but I don't have, as I said, the capital for it. So I need to maybe start a side job as well and get some money on the side to acquire a trademark for it. And yeah, a lot to be done. And yeah, I think that's most of it, but I want to focus on the big things first, and then yeah, let's say the big things are finding manufacturers, getting the samples, filling the wait list, then doing the website, figuring out the exact design files, figuring out the formulation, and the legal setup. Those are important things that I need to get done to actually launch. But the payment infrastructure doesn't take much time. It can be on a Saturday night when I get home or something. Payment infrastructure, connecting it to Shopify, thousands of people have done it before. It doesn't take a genius to do it. And I think I'm intelligent enough to figure it out in 2 to 3 hours. Then something like new mock-ups, the marketing campaign idea, the unit economics, the extras, the logistics, the funding, the collabs. Those are things that will come along, and the ideas will come along when I'm brainstorming, or I'm journaling, or I'm reading, or I'm in the bus to uni, or anywhere really, or just listening to music on a walk. Those things will come with time, but they aren't important. So I'm focusing on making content, making my series to actually get people to know me and the brand. I need to get this name out there somehow. This is the most important thing. If people don't know you, they can't buy from you. So make people know you. The next thing is getting to samples, getting to an actual product. If I can get those two things done, I'm such a huge step closer to actually getting it. So let's see, and this is it for this episode of the Pursuit podcast, the pursuit of building VT at the moment, which will turn into another pursuit over time, possibly, when I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, and then move on. So keep grinding, and I will see you in the next one.